Hey everyone, Collector Joey here, back again with another unboxing, and today we will be unboxing the DX33 Artisan Edition Joker. Heath Ledger's Joker is my favorite character of all time, so I can't wait to get into this one. Let me know what you think about this figure down there in the comment section below. And if you like live streams, unboxings, and other 1/6 scale content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you know when I upload another 1/6 related video. Now let's get to the unboxing. And here it is, guys, the Artisan Joker. I have been waiting for this for so long. This is a limited piece, of course. I believe it's to like 4,000, and the box already does not disappoint. So first off, we have a shine all the way throughout this box that looks beautiful. It adds to the color, which we have the iconic colors, of course, was the red, the green, the purple, and the white. Of course, that's what Joker is. And then we do have a Batman logo right here, also saying the Joker right under it. And I just love how they put the smile right across the front, and then you do have some ha-ha-has, and you can feel the texture and everything on this box. It's awesome. You also do have a Sideshow exclusive sticker right here, and some more of the, gold, or not gold, the green foil down here, as well with the emblems, the Hot Toy, the Deluxe, and the Artisan emblems, also a DC one. Then if we go to the left of the box, we do have like that clown that's on his cards as well, and that's shiny with the purple in the background saying the Joker under it. We have the DX logo right there again, and the Batman logo right there again. And if you go to the back, you do have everybody that was involved in making this, and it looks awesome. You have that matte green, but also that purple shine is shining through with the lettering. Looks beautiful. And of course, with a lot of the deluxe figures, we have a side opening. So what we're going to do is just open it now. We're going to get right into it. So here we go. Look at that, already looking beautiful. I love DX figures because it comes with this, and it's kind of like a backdrop you can use for your figures if that's something you do. And what you're greeted with is a beautiful picture right here of the Joker and a couple poses right there. Of course, this is the rooted hair Artisan, and just showing you some more of that artwork. If you want to read this, you can pause it. Looks great. Now let's see what this looks like. Here it is, guys. Like this. I know there's probably a lot of other reviews, but we're doing a Collector Joey review, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Let's start off with the body, and then we're going to go to what we really want to see. So now I have had a DX figure before. I had the DX11, which is very outdated, but it still kind of holds up with this one. It had exactly like this little thing right here on the same spot, and here it is right here. Oh man, I don't want to mess anything up. I should have took this green part off first. Okay, boom. So let's see. I will say it's a little bit lighter than I thought it would be, so that's different, but I'm liking it a lot. We're gonna have a comparison later from the InArt one, so I already liking the tailoring a lot more. I feel like it fits the body a little bit better. We do have this plastic part that we probably need to take off. I'll do that later. But man, there is the first look at the body. Here's the back of the jacket. We'll talk about all the little details in here later, but that's the first glance of that. Let's get to the head sculpt now. Now for this part, I am going to take this part off and throw it over here. And then you have the head sculpt, which is behind all the other stuff. So I guess I got to take the whole clamshell off to get to it. Of course, we have the instructions right here. Always never read those. So as you can see, everything is just right here. Boom, right in your face. We're going to take a look at all that, but let's get to this real quick. Let's just take a quick look at it. Man, it already looks so good. I know the lights are shining on it. We're going to take this off now. Okay, here we go. There it is, guys. Outstanding. Probably, I want to say one up. I can smell the paint. I've never smelled that before on a, it's probably the product on the hair on a Hot Toys figure, but man, this is one of the best head sculpts I have ever seen, at least mass produced. Wow, I can smell like the hair or the paint or whatever it is. But holy crap, guys, this is amazing. I can't wait to get some up close pictures of this one. Holy crap. But let's get to some of these accessories now. So the first accessory I wanted to show you were the hands. Now I could bore you and go through all the hands and show you what they look like, but no, here they are all together. We do have just a lot of gesturing ones. There's pointing ones, there's holding cards ones, all that, and holding the grenade and all sorts of stuff. So they do look really good though. I'll pick up one just to show y'all an example of kind of an up close of what the sculpt looks like. It looks really good. The creases from the glove look amazing. It is a little dark, I know, but there it is right there. Those are the hands. I think they look outstanding. Now he does come with some money that you can spread out throughout the whole base and everything. It does have those dollars that you saw in the movie that have the Joker face on them. I'll try to get some close-up shots of this a little bit later. But there it is, and let's see if, yeah, they're both on the same side as the same thing, and yeah, they are all printed on, so that's good. You got a good little bundle right here. And then we do have a deck of cards here. They come with a lot, and they are front face cards. Like there's all different ones in here, which are a little scary too, but you just get a whole variety of them, and all of them do have the back on them as well. So these look good. A little bit thin. I think the InArt ones are a bit thicker, but that's good. It'll help fit in the hand a little bit more. Now, things we usually get, of course, are the tweezers and the eyeball mover, but this right here is something different. Now, this is the peg that goes into this base. We'll talk about this a little bit later, but this is probably one of my favorite parts of this whole thing. So next up, we will talk about the weapons he has. I really did like this kind of knife, this fillet knife. This is one we didn't get with the DX11. I don't believe we did, but this is nice because it does have like a shiny blade and also a beautiful golden handle that looks awesome. Two different types of gold. You have kind of a darker one and then a shiny one. I like that a lot. Then we do have this one right here, which of course is his iconic switchblade right here, and it can go up and down, retract, and come out like that. So it looks awesome. It's just regularly painted though. It's not, you know, weathered or anything. And then of course we have the butterfly knife right here. So much detail, and it of course moves as well like that, and you can put it back into place and lock it if you want to. That's awesome. It looks great. And then of course we do have the potato peeler right here that you saw in the movie, and I mean, there it is. No weathering either. Now, this did come with the DX11, a pencil. Now, we all know the iconic pencil trick, but a lot of people use this for other figures like John Wick and things like that. I will say this one looks a lot better than the one from the DX11. It's more defined and looks like an actual pencil. And then you do get this blade right here. Now, this one was from whenever he crashed the party and everything, and he kicked Batman. So you could put this, or this is what it is for. You put this right there, like when he kicked Batman, and the blade is, you know, out of his shoe like that. So it looks cool. I think that's an awesome accessory. Something I won't use, but it's there. Now to his guns, we do have a Glock right here. It's not actually, you know, branded Glock or anything like that, like the InArt one is, but you do have the removable magazine and the bullet right there on top. You can cock it back as well. I think you can, at least. Yeah, you can. It springs forward. That's cool. The action is nice. Then, of course, we do have his machine gun. I don't know exactly what this one is called, but it has the same thing, some spring actions with this right there. And then the clip does come out and you can see the bullet, of course. And this arm thing kind of swivels around. It is not die cast. I wish it was. The artisan one is. I mean, the InArt one is, but this one is not. And it's not weathered as well. And something I'm really glad this came with is the shotgun. This is whenever he, like I said, crashed the party. He used this in the beginning, and it's a really cool shot that he had. I believe that this shotgun does, yeah, it has an action as well there, and that's about it, but it looks good. And this is actually a weapon that I would really like to use with him. So here are the grenades. These aren't die cast either or anything like that, but they will get the job done. I know on the InArt one there is writing on them and everything, but do you really need that if you're going to have them behind the jacket or even just displayed? You're not going to really see that, so I don't really knock Hot Toys for not going too much into detail with it. Hopefully these can fit in the jacket well and still keep the jacket flush. But this is a cool accessory to have with Joker, of course. And you also get his tongue right here that you could switch out for his teeth that shows like he's licking his lips. I don't know how much I'm going to be using this, but at least you get the option, right? And last but not least, we do have this base right here. I mean, you have this as well. We'll get to that a little bit later. But here is the base. I absolutely love this base. It just is something that should actually come standard. This is kind of the street outline of when I feel like it's whenever he did the Hit Me scene. You do have a manhole cover right here, which looks great, and it looks like it's a little bit clear on there. There's some rocks around here, but there is something that this base does that I really like, and let me show it to you. So of course, this is USB powered, USB-C, and you plug it in right here. And then the on and off switch is somewhere on here. I got to figure it out. I wish I wouldn't have thrown those instructions away earlier, but it's here somewhere. Okay, I found it. So it's right here. It's actually one of the cracks. I didn't even see that. So you just click it once and boom, you have the Dark Knight logo right there. Let me turn off the lights. Maybe that'll look a little bit better. Boom, and there you go. The lights are off now, and it does look good. There is one right above me, but you can still see what's going on here. So you do have this mode that's constantly on, and then you do have another mode that's kind of a breathing effect, which looks cool as well. But those are the only two modes, I believe, and it just turns off after that. Is this something I'm going to have always plugged in? No, but I'm glad that you do get something like this with an artisan figure. But that's not even the best part about this base. I told you guys earlier that this piece was one of the coolest parts about this whole figure, and it's because we're ditching those magnet bases and taking this rock out, and you can actually put this in there like that. And also, and Joker has a hole at the bottom of his shoe, and you can just plug it right in there, and you don't need any magnets or nothing to have him being held up. That's a win. I love it because the magnets can be very, very shoddy. I don't like them at all. I feel like the peg system is really cool, and you can get really dynamic with it. With magnets, you can't really get dynamic like this. And what's cool is that you can put them in different spots as well. There's one right here, and then I believe there's another one right here as well. There is, but I can't get, there we go. There's another one right there. So you can have many different positions with this thing, and I think it's 100% worth it. We're going to see him in a couple poses using this later as well. Anyways, enough talk about the accessories. Let's get back to the figure itself. Now back to the figure itself, and does this not look good, guys? Oh my gosh, this looks great. I mean, I'm pretty good at knowing what Heath Ledger looks like, and that's 100% him right there, at least at this angle. But you know what? Some of the hair might be a little bit too long right here, but that's okay. I like it. This looks so good, guys. But let's talk about some of the tailoring going on here, some of the weathering as well. We do have some weathering going on his shoulder parts right here, down over here by his arms as well, or his hands as well. Right here, we do have these hand sculpts I didn't show earlier, and then some weathering, of course, down at the ends of the coat down here. And then we do have a layered type of thing going on here. There is a gray coat under it, and then you do have, of course, his green jacket right there, which I'm not going to take any of these off. I already have the InArt one that looks like this, and then the tie and the shirt underneath look great, look very flush to the body. That's what I like a lot. And then if you go to the back, I mean, look at that. Does that not look like Heath Ledger right there? Just looking at it from the back, looks amazing. Some more weathering going on down throughout the coat and everything like that. We do have a wire on the coat as well down at the bottom. You can, you know, shape it to however you want like that. It's just, I love it. That's so cool. And then we do have these shorts, or these pants right here that have the lines going down, those iconic pants. And then right here, I'm sure he does. Yes, he does. There it is right there. He has the chain going on right here, the gold chain. It does feel like actual metal, but there it is. It might be a little bit too long, you know, for movie accuracy, but you never really see that. And I believe there is a wire going up here as well, so that's cool too. You got a lot of wires going on, which is awesome. And then these shoes look good. I think I like the DX11 shoes a little bit more. They were like suede kind of, it looked like. But you do also have his socks going up as well. Look at that, the crazy socks going on. It looks like his ankle is broken, but there you go. They go up pretty far too. That looks amazing. So I just like it so much. He has that iconic hunch that he has too. Side profile looks like him from there and there. It just, oh man, I love it so much. Now let's look at the articulation. So the articulation going upwards or outwards with the arm isn't the best, but you can get that 90-degree angle. And then if you go forward with it with the jacket on, you can move things around. There you go, about that far. I'm sure if you moved it a little bit more, you can go a little bit farther, but back you can go pretty far as well. Let's see, what else do we do? The double bend elbow is there, of course, right there. And then we do have the legs, which are very posable because these pants are kind of a light material, so you'll be able to pose this thing a little bit better. There's forward with the leg, backwards, pretty good amount right there. Of course, you can go any way with the ankle you want, but that is just the basic articulation. I would do the head sculpt too. You can, you know, go right and left. It's just a little bit scary with the rooted hair. But I want to do something that I know a lot of people want to see, and that's going to be comparing this with the InArt Joker. So let's get it out. So here we have the Hot Toys one. It will be on the left, and then boom, we have the InArt one on the right. Now, first off, we'll look at these head sculpts a little bit better in the comparison. Look at that. So as you can see, the InArt one does look a little bit different. I feel like the Hot Toys one really does a good job with it. I'm not saying that InArt is terrible, but it's just this one is a lot better in my opinion. I mean, I can see it through it, you know, through anything. I can see this one. This one is a little bit off around the nose, I believe. But, you know, at the time when I got this one, I felt the same about this. So it's just the evolution of figures that is going on here. Now, the hair sculpt, which one do I think looks more accurate? I will say the InArt one looks a little bit more accurate with the hair, except for the color. The color does have kind of that gold tint to it, as you see by the roots, while the Hot Toys one kind of looks all the way green throughout, which I like. Even though he does have a little bit of that brown in his hair, I think Hot Toys did it still pretty good. Here's the back. I like how the length is on the InArt one as well. The Artisan one is just a little bit too long, but this still looks great. Let's see about now with the coats and everything. I feel like this one protrudes out a little bit more, like by his stomach, and this part meets in with this part a little too much. You have the coat right here that you see every layer on there with the Hot Toys one. I like it. And then the pants are kind of a little darker on this one, but the shoes, now I know you can't see it because it is a darker background, but I do like the Hot Toys shoes a little better. Here's the InArt ones versus the Hot Toys ones right here. The Hot Toys ones are a little bit more detailed, but they still both go head to head. If you had to pick one, or if I had to pick one, I would go with the Hot Toys one. But if you just had the option to get the InArt one, it's not the end of the world or anything. This still holds up. Anyways, guys, let's go to the awesome part of the video where we get up close and personal with this figure. I will tell you some pros and cons and just give you my overall thoughts. So let's get to it. So first off, I wanted to show the Hot Toys DX19 next to this Joker. I think these two look so good together. The proportions look right and the heights look pretty good, even though the figure is the Batman is on a little higher base. the figures are pretty accurate, so they look good together. Now, showing the figure by itself with that amazing rooted hair and outstanding tailoring, I want to get to some of the pros and cons of this figure. So my first pro would have to be the accessories. The assortment of knives and guns is great, along with the printed out money that you can just spread around the base, with the cards also that you can spread around the base. It gives it more of that diorama look. Even the grenades are a great accessory. I'm happy it comes with them. Second pro is going to be the tailoring. I feel like the tailoring is very flush to the body. Even though there's about 4 layers of clothing, it still looks pretty good. And the wiring throughout the jacket is awesome. You can get this in a really dynamic pose with this jacket, and it looks very natural. Next pro is this beautiful diorama base. This base looks like it came straight out of the Hit Me scene in the movie. Also, it's a plus that it lights up, but like I told you guys, my favorite part has to be the peg system. You can literally have this Joker standing on one leg in a dynamic pose. That's something that's really hard to accomplish even with a magnetic base. Last pro is of course going to be the head sculpt. The likeness to Heath Ledger is absolutely insane. I know when I see Heath Ledger, and this is him right here, and even how good it's painted is insane, especially for a mass-produced head sculpt. Now to the cons. There isn't much cons, but I do have a couple. First con is going to be the length of the hair. I feel like it's just a tad bit too long, especially where it falls off the side of his face. I feel like it is just way too long on that part. Another con I had was taking the back of the head off and messing up the hair just to get the different eye position, and the eye actually came out, which I was a little worried about, but that's okay. It pops in like a ball joint, and it was pretty easy to put back in. And swapping out the teeth for the tongue is very difficult as well. I don't want to do this again. I just want to put it in one pose and be done with it. Those are really the only cons I could think of, and they're mainly just with the head sculpt. Everything else I'm happy with. And I feel like the Artisan Edition is justified with this figure with the awesome accessories and beautiful rooted hair. With that being said, I'm going to give this figure a 9.5 out of 10. This is now, in my opinion, the best Heath Ledger Joker licensed 1/6 scale figure to date. I'm very happy with the artisan version as well. Of course, there is a sculpted version I haven't seen in real life, but I have seen, people doing some reviews of it, and it looks just as good. As it stands with the comparison of this one and the InArt, do I feel like it's worth that upgrade to go to the Artisan Edition from InArt? In my opinion, if I had to sell one of these and I had both of them, I'm going to sell the InArt one. This head sculpt is outstanding. You cannot go wrong with it. It's just too good not to have in the collection. But anyways, let me know what you think about this figure down there in the comment section below. Also, if you like live streams, unboxings, and everything else involving 1/6 scale figures, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you get informed when I drop more 1/6 scale content. It's been Collector Joey, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.